well, we got a lot of work to do to keep making the kind of progress that we need to, prepare for Mississippi State, who's a very good team and, a top 20 team, and do a lot of different things where they run the ball on offense with all the quarterback runs, very similar to Tebow a couple years ago. And defensively, they do a lot of blitzing, very aggressive style. Really a tough preparation for our team, and our players have been pretty focused in what they need to do to try to do it. But we need to continue to work and finish the week between now and then so that we can get the kind of execution we need to be successful in the game. From an injury standpoint, Trent did some running today, did some work today. If he's not, better tomorrow, then I don't know that he'll be ready to play in a game. But we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Chris Jordan probably not able to do quite as much, and may be very questionable for this game. And DJ's doing everything. So it's just a matter of him getting enough practice and repetitions to get back to where he can play, and I think he's very close to getting ready to play. I think that one of the things that I emphasize with the team that I'd like to emphasize with everybody in the organization, now's the time when everybody needs to have a positive attitude, positive thoughts about who you want to be, what you can accomplish individually and collectively as a team, and focus on those things. Be the best player that you can be. What do you need to do that? And put all your positive energy and attitude in what you want to try to accomplish individually and collectively. And I think that we've had outstanding positive energy from our fans, and the support has been great in Bryant-Denny Stadium. I think it contributes to the success that we've had, in our stadium. And I think probably no town in a long time is it probably more critical that we have, that kind of enthusiasm and that kind of energy for our team, in this particular game. I know it's Veterans Day tomorrow. I'm sure that we all know and appreciate all that our veterans have done to, preserve our freedom and help keep our country to be all that it is. And we certainly appreciate that more than they know. And I'd like to let them know that our organization and everybody in it, including myself, really appreciate all that the veterans have done for our country. We're honoring veterans at the game. There's 13 former Alabama players who served in World War I who are going to be here, and I think that's fantastic. We're going to wear something on the uniform, relative to that. So I think it's a great tribute to all the people who have, served our country in the past. It runs, just about everybody we played runs some form of the zone option read, but this offense is way beyond that. They run, gap blocking plays, which is power, quarterback deep hold, fake a guy going this way and run the quarterback power back the other way, fake a beat sweep going one way and run the quarterback power, right where the guy thinks the sweep is going. So, the read zone op to me is just about discipline of players. The read zone part of it. Everybody zone blocks, everybody squeezes and closes. Somebody has the quarterback, and that guy has to be disciplined because he's riding that ball to that back, and the tendency is to go chase the back, and the quarterback pulls the ball, and then all of a sudden you don't have anybody on the quarterback, and they have enough blockers to block everyone else. So that part of the offense, which is where all the spread started several years ago, has evolved now into what amounts to be, when I played Pop Warner football, we called it the single wing. And when I was 10 years old, our offense was a single wing. Now nobody runs that offense anymore, but you snap the ball back 4 or 5 yards deep to what was called the tailback. The fullback was next to him. The quarterback actually played up more like a guard, which is what I played, and got to block all the time. Very seldom got the ball unless it was a spinner play where they handed it to you and you faked it and gave it to somebody else. And I guess that's why you got to be the quarterback. But this stuff is really more like that. I mean, it's more like, that kind of offense, direct snap the ball to a tailback, but now that guy is a quarterback who can also throw the ball. And the other element of it is they've got guys spread all over the field, so everybody's got to cover down on somebody, so it leaves a lot less players in the box. So it is difficult, and when you have a running quarterback, especially a guy that is big and strong like Mississippi State has, and like Auburn has, and like Tebow was, that can actually run the ball multiple times and make it difficult for the defensive players trying to defend them just to get them on the ground and tackle them and not give them positive plays. It really is effective and difficult to stop because you can't put that many guys in the box because somebody got to cover these other guys. So that's the difficulty of it.
What does it mean to be scraping a linebacker?
Well, you know, anytime they gap block, people block, you do what I call gap replace. So if a guy blocks down, you close, somebody's going to pull and block you, so you try to spill the ball and gap replace. So then the linebacker tries to scrape over the top, so he's actually gap replaced. When you're squeezing his gap, he's taking yours. So, you know, sometimes when you angle and slant, which most people don't do a lot of, you know, in this day and time, you call it a scrape linebacker when the guy slants and the backer's supposed to scrape. We do some of that, but against zone blocking, it's not really very effective.
Coach, if Trent Richardson is unable to go Saturday, what kind of role might Eddie Lacy and some of the other depth at running back play along with Mark?
Well, you know, we played several games without Mark, and, you know, Trent did a good job, and Eddie Lacy did a pretty good job, and, you know, we also have Good, and but we are a little beat up, you know, there. If Trent can't go, Mark is in good shape, and Mark's doing fine, and Mark will do a great job for us in the game. I thought he did a really good job in the last game. But he'll probably end up playing a little bit more, but we think Eddie's very capable, and you know, so they'll have a role.
Coach, you talked about how important it is to have a positive attitude, your players and the fans. I wonder if you'd comment on one of your players, Preston Dial, said this, said, you know, it's tough and it's frustrating to not have success in that game, but I don't see it as a failure. I have a lot of pride. I love the respect that we have for each other. I wouldn't replace one of our players with anyone else.
Well, I think that's pretty well said, and shows what kind of person Preston Dial is, what kind of leadership qualities that he has, and the maturity that he has. And you know, he is a senior, and I think we need more people having that kind of attitude so that they aren't affected by things. I think ability to overcome adversity is probably one of the critical factors in being a good competitor. And when things don't go well, that's when people have to be their best. And I think, you know, now's the time for a lot of us to be our best. And I think the best way to be your best is to be positive about what you want to do, stay focused on the goal that you have, and practice that every day so that you can master your position, become a better player. And if everybody does that, then we'll have more success, you know, as a team, as an offense, as a defense, on special teams. And I think it's important to keep a positive attitude.
So Mark, you got a couple big home games to end the season. How important is it to you guys to keep that home winning streak since you've had since 07?
To be honest, I don't think many guys are really thinking about the winning streak. It's just important to us to win, period. So I mean, we always want to finish the season strong. That's part of what we preach around here, finish. So of course we want to finish the season strong.
Preston Dial was talking about yesterday about the fact that even though there's obviously been some slip-ups and 2 losses, that he has so much respect for his teammates, and he wouldn't trade any of his teammates for anybody in the country. And to go along with that, Coach Saban talked about today how important it was for you guys to keep a positive attitude.
I mean, we're a family around here, so we can't. I don't think anybody around here would never, you know, turn our backs on any of us. I mean, we support each other. You know, even when we're down, when we're in bad situations, when we're in good situations, nothing changes. You know, we're taught to stay the same, and I think that's something that's just installed in us around here. So, I I mean, whether we're down or up, we're always going to be the same. We're going to support each other.
I think it's pretty cool too that no matter what happens, you guys never point fingers at each other. I've covered teams and in the media where they're pointing fingers at their coach, at other players for things that have happened.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. That's how things fall apart. You can't do that because that only causes, it causes problems. I mean, it can't help in any way. So that's something we don't do around here.
Julio, Coach Saban was talking about the importance of fans, not only the fans, but the players keeping positive attitudes right now and how important that is. And then we were talking to Preston Dial yesterday, and I thought it was really cool. He said, no matter the ups and downs we've had, downs obviously being the losses, he said, I wouldn't trade this team for anybody. I wouldn't trade a member of this team for anybody. We have so much respect for each other. We go to war with each other. We're a family. How does that make you feel?
I mean, great, I mean, Peter, he's a great athlete, and a great player, I mean, he does his job, and, like, people don't realize what we done went through, just as a team, like, in the offseason, going through the fourth quarter and everything, just being there for each other and being accountable.
How important is it then, what like Coach Saban was talking about, to stay positive right now?
I mean, because this season ain't over with, I mean, we can still win out, we can go 11-2, I mean, that's not a bad season at all, but, we didn't play to our standards this year, I mean, we ain't achieved what we set out for, and, I mean, we just got to finish strong, though. I mean, we ain't no quitters here at Alabama, and we got to keep playing.
How has practice gone this week?
Practice been going real good, I mean, from the offense standpoint, practice been going good. When we get with the one defense, we rarely get with them, but, I mean, they've been going pretty good against us, and offense been, everybody just been out there playing.
Go ahead.
Y'all haven't lost a game at home since 2007. Just talk about the importance of that winning streak.
I mean, that's just like anybody. If there's somebody finna come pick a fight with you in your yard, I mean, you ain't finna let nobody whoop you. And I mean, we just pride ourselves on that, and I mean, we just try to continue to keep that up.
Somebody else yesterday too also described me to be said as a blue collar team. Come to work every day, come ready to work, and whoever it was also said that Alabama's a lot like a blue collar team. Would you think you're similar?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, we come to work every day. I mean, we just you gotta have fun. I mean, when you're at work, you gotta make it be fun for you. You know what I mean? Or you wouldn't want to do it. Coach Saban likes to joke around with us at times, but when you ain't doing your stuff right, I mean, you're gonna get on tape.
With Trent possibly out for this game, Mark's going to get a lot of carries. Are you excited to see Eddie Lacy possibly get a lot of reps since that first game?
I mean, we got depth at tailback, I mean, any of those guys who get in the game, I mean, I'm ready to block for them, I mean, they ain't going to miss a beat, I mean, we got talent at running back.